Hey, welcome back, everybody. It's time once again for another OC Spotlight. The one show, maybe the only show that shows you the most incredible people doing the most incredible things with the most incredible products here today. Can we talk cookies? Yeah, cookies. You got my attention just when you say that word. We have the folks from, there's a franchise, I didn't know this before, but you'll know it with us, called Chip Cookies. Chip, I got it wrong. Chip Cookies. And we have not one, not two, but three separate franchisees representing stores in Huntington Beach, San Clemente, and Irvine for this growing company called Chip Cookies. Let's go around the block and recommend them. The farthest away from me, the one sitting alone over there. What's your name and what store do you have?
I'm Greg McGrath, and me and my business partner Jeff Wellman own the Chip Cookie store in San Clemente.
San Clemente. And Are these stores big, small? What's an average size store? I would think pretty small.
It's about 2,000 square feet. It's about the size of like an AT&T or Verizon store.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Pretty decent size. Not 1,500 or 500 feet. Not a little cookie stand or whatever here. And then we've got the other gentleman standing here with the special headset on. Which one do you tell us your name and where you're from?
Yeah, my name's Kason Gubler. I'm from Utah. I also have a business partner, Dave Elder, and we opened the store in Huntington Beach on Beach Boulevard.
Oh, what a cool place to sell
Yep,
cookies. And that leaves our one and only female entrepreneur here. Identify yourself, and you must be the store in Irvine here.
Yes, my name is Donna Montgomery, and my co-owner is my son, Lance Montgomery, and the two of us decided to open up Chip. We love this
Mom
brand.
and son, I can't imagine opening a business with your mom.
I know. But
Do you tell him to clean up and all the time here and everything? No, straighten up, clean up. Now come on here. And he's like, come on, Mom, you told me this my whole life now here.
Yeah, but now he tells me.
I like that. Ooh, maybe I should have opened a business with my late mom. All right. So I don't even know where to go with this. I didn't know we were going to have three franchisees. Where is the franchise from? This franchise called Chip makes so much sense. Chip Cookies was started where? In Utah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Provo, Utah.
Provo, Utah.
Yeah.
Why? Who came up with this vision? Whoever wants to answer this, just tell us the quick story of Chip Cookies. He's from Utah. Maybe he should answer. I don't know. Maybe he knows the story.
Well, we are all very familiar with Sean and Sarah. They started the business. Donna, why don't you?
Sure, it's Sean and Sarah Wilson, and they were actually down here, and the story goes that she was expecting a baby and could not find any place to get a good cookie. And so she started her recipes, and they are fabulous recipes. And
Were these mom's recipes or recipes that she'd been making a long time? Or is there a story behind the recipes? Who knows?
I think she did it herself. I think they're her recipes.
I believe so.
The only cookie story I know, and I don't know the whole story, but you all know it by now. The first one that ever tried this was Mrs. Fields.
Right.
Yes.
And whatever her name was, her husband, I think, had some successful business. He funded her a little bit. But they thought this was kind of something I may have this wrong, but I thought she just sort of made cookies for friends and family, and people said, those are really good, you should make them. And then they decided not to franchise it, but to set up but they did them in malls, didn't they? They were just like little stores and malls all over the place there. And I don't know if they're still around or still growing, but they got huge. And I think they paved the way. There have been lots of cookie companies now. I see a bunch of them out there. Can you, I know it's fun, but can you make a living at this? We'll start with around the corner here with Mr. Huntington Beach here.
You can make money, and I think the big reason behind that is cookies kind of have this universal way of bringing people together.
They sure do. I adore cookies. Full disclosure, I'm a cookie addict here.
Yeah, they're a great gift. Like you said, who doesn't love cookies? So gifting, work parties. If someone's not feeling well, they're feeling well, and you're just thinking about them, it's a great option.
So we'll go to the guy on the other side of the room there. So are cookies, is most of it walk-in traffic, people just coming to buy cookies? Or is it everything you're talking about? I'm ordering them for birthdays, for gifts, for corporate gifts, all that kind of stuff. Is it what's the split in that business?
Yeah, our store in San Clemente right now is probably 80 to 90% walk-ins, but we're trying to change that because the walk-ins kind of, it is what it is. We have a good location. People like to come by the shop. But I think for us to really, grow the business in South Orange County, I think we're going to have to, really up our marketing efforts.
And we're going to get you a little closer to the mic there. Yeah. I think that's part of it.
Side
what do you think our mom and son, what did you think when you set into this? Was it I'm going to sit in the store all day and I'm going to sell cookies, or was it, that's part of it, but I'm going to find corporate clients, I'm going to find parties, I'm going to find other sorts of gifts or online, or I don't know.
Well, my background is in branding, and so I saw this.
See, I just thought you were just like a mom who baked cookies at
yeah,
home.
Well, but I just saw this brand is so fabulous, and the product is so fabulous that
we're going to try some.
I thought, this is a brand that needs to come to California. And then when my son asked me if I'd like to join in with this opportunity, I was like, okay, let's do it.
And so did you have a consulting firm, or did you work for some giant corporation? I'm always amazed at people. We had somebody came in, and he worked for UPS. Now, he doesn't do cookies. He does, I don't know, something, peanut brittle or something else. It's a store. But it's a similar kind of idea. He left a giant corporate job, big salaries, a big 401k and all the stuff, to follow his dream. Was it like that for you guys? We'll start with Huntington Beach again here. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting all your names, so I'm identifying by the cities here. What did you do prior to this?
I kind of stumbled into the cookie business. I'm a general contractor, and
okay, general contractor and a branding person. I see the connections here, right?
Right, and I ended up getting some projects, some commercial projects, and ended up building some cookie stores.
So you built some of them.
Right. And in that process, I saw the ovens and the warmers and everything, and then I tasted the cookies, and it was like an audible gasp. They were just delicious.
And I would think cookies, now you're following their secret formula. I guess you get the dough and the batter and everything else from them, like any of these food things. But I don't have to be as gifted a chef to cook cookies, perhaps. I'm sure there's a machine and a process for doing this, whereas me opening an Italian restaurant or something, that's a little bit more challenging. I don't know how to make all this stuff.
Right. Well, I mean, you can imagine a general contractor is probably not a great baker.
Know. I could say that, but in today's world, maybe you're a great chef. Yeah.
I mean, my wife's an excellent baker, and she seconded my opinion on, how delicious they were. But yeah, that's part of the allure of the brand, like Donna was saying.
Everybody can do it.
Yeah.
And yet,
they've perfected those
here's
recipes.
The flip side of the cookie business, from what I can think. You generally go out to get what you can't make at home, or it's free or simple, or I'm not free, but I mean it's fast and simple or something. So you can pick up a coffee on the way to work, or you can do something. But it's generally, the theory is, I used to have a bar in Mission Viejo. We made some food. It was an Irish pub, Kelly McHugh's. And we said, for people to come in, it's got to be something they can't get at home. It's got to be something special. And I don't think anybody bakes anymore. My grandmother did nothing but bake all day. My wife's too busy to bake. I'm sure my daughter doesn't even know how to bake. So we have a sweet tooth, but we're not making cookies by hand the way I saw it done when I was a kid. Is that it? We'll go with Mr. San Clemente here.
Yeah, and kind of the funny thing about that is I think that's what sets Chip apart, is that our cookies do taste like they're homemade.
Like
so you can come in
grandma,
and get that gourmet cookie that has that homemade kind of smell and look and feel and taste, but you didn't have to do it yourself. You don't have to, take an hour messing up your own kitchen and another hour to clean it up.
That's the real key. And I'm disappointed at the cookies I get at the store because they all crunch. They're all hard. I don't know what they have to do to keep them on the shelf forever, but it doesn't serve the cookie well.
Yeah, our cookies are all cooked the same day. They're all baked that morning, and they're kept in a warmer all day. And so even if you come in and pick it up at 8, 9 o'clock at night, it's been in the warmer, so it still feels like it's fresh out of the oven. Yeah. So.
Wow, and the smell must be incredible in the room there. When you walk in, it's just this incredible aroma that greets you. Somebody told me if you want to sell your house, just bake cookies in the oven when people walk in. Instantly, everybody is home. There's something about cookies that is so home. I'm getting kind of teary thinking about my grandmother. That's all I ever saw her was in the kitchen baking stuff, mostly cookies. Is that your experience?
You know, I would say this: being a mom and a grandma.
Yeah, there you go.
I will tell you.
I'm both. I'm not a mom, but I'm a grandpa.
You're a grandma. Oh. But I just think that people are wanting home and hearth.
Boy,
somewhere we've lost
yes,
it.
Yes.
And so what we're bringing...
Ooh, that gives me goosebumps just to hear that.
It should.
Yeah.
But what we're bringing to the table here is home and hearth. So you walk into one of our stores, you're going to be greeted with a lot of joy and happiness. People are going to be kind to you.
They're happy to be there. They're not crabby.
They're
Ah,
happy
making
to be
cookies.
there.
How many cookies you want?
And,
Right, yeah.
and the cookies are so good that you're just gonna love it. It's
All
gonna
right,
scream
Greg, you
happiness.
brought some boxes. I'm behind you guys here, slightly off camera, so reach over and hand me some. Tell me what you think I should start with.
Okay,
We'll all
let's
have some
open this
cookies.
up.
As we keep talking here, we're going to eat some cookies
Okay.
here. Oh, my goodness.
Now we
So I
brought-
wish,
we
I
brought
don't know
this
if you
one.
can lift that up and tilt it towards the cameras like,
They're about 3 times the size of a regular cookie.
wow. And much more colorful than I thought. You've got all sorts of toppings. Our camera doesn't do it justice here. They're quite attractive looking cookies here.
I was going to say, Paul, that one thing that's very unique to Chip is we have a full-service cookie bar, so you can make any cookie. My business partner calls it the Baskin Robbins of cookies.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or kind of
So-
like what Yogurtland. Yogurtland started here,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah,
the same idea.
toppings.
Toppings,
Yeah.
make your own thing.
Yeah.
We've had the owner, I forgot his name now, but he's been in here a couple of times. All right, give me one of those just regular. Those look like regular. That's what I thought
You
they
want
all
one of the
looked like.
mini chocolate chips,
Yeah,
or do you
what-
want to try some?
Let me start with the mini chocolate. Let me just
Okay.
start. That
Yeah.
sounds like kind of normal.
And I want to say,
It's
our
going to look
cookies,
weird, me reaching over. But
Paul, our cookies,
Keep
we,
talking, I'm
we
eating.
have cookie battles, especially up in Utah, where they'll battle who does the best chocolate chip cookie. What you're eating right here is our famous OJ. It's an award-winning cookie. It wins all the cookie battles.
I'm going to tell you, and I'm not just saying this because you're here. I would tell you otherwise. I see why. I see why. The cookie's very moist. First of all, I assumed it would be. It's not hard like
Yeah.
you get in the box at the store here. The dough is very tasty, but the chocolate, is there something different about the chocolate? Chocolate really jumps out much more than...
Well, it's the finest.
Guittard.
It's guitar
Guittard
chocolate.
Is that what it
chocolate.
is?
We
Is it
only
really?
we only use that brand. Yeah.
It's very high quality.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you're tasting butter. There's no shortening
Real
in
butter.
that one.
My wife would hate that, but, you know.
It's
Do people worry about that because it's fattening then or something? Is that a problem?
I think people know when they're getting dessert, they're kind of indulging. It's their little splurge for the day.
That's the way I view it.
We're not going to say they're a healthy
Now,
treat, but they're not. Yeah.
So when people come in, is it all just grab and go? Get a box of cookies and go? Or is it like Starbucks where they hang around and somehow, do you have other things, coffees and other things?
We have both. In our store, we have some inside seating. So some people hang out and do the kind of Starbucks cafe thing with their laptop and eat their cookies there, especially if they have kids. And if it's cold or rainy at night, they'll eat in the restaurant.
I would come every day after work and
Yeah.
sit there for a while.
We get all the high school e-bikers in San Clemente
Oh, yeah.
because everybody,
Yeah,
all
we
the
do too.
teenagers and tweens have a e-bike, so they cruise down after school and park the bikes outside and come on in. But
I was
at
in
night,
s-
it's more get a box and go.
I was in some other
thinking.
part of the country. I can't tell you. It was back like in the Midwest, just visiting, maybe a year ago. I couldn't tell you the brand. Maybe it's your brand. And people were lined up waiting to get cookies. And the smell was great. And it was a college town. And I was passing through, and the kids were like lined up at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I thought, oh my God, they're all looking for cookies and milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's true. We had our grand opening a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago,
Wow, this is
and
good.
there was a line out the door and all the way down to Target. People want this, and I've been
I
told
think you said
they
it. though.
want it.
They want that home and hearth, and that
Yeah.
it was an experience. The Leave It to Beaver world that I grew up in the Midwest, this was a part of everything. You came home and there were cookies waiting for you.
Exactly.
Nobody's home when you get home. We're all tired and we don't have the time or the talent or the interest. All right, that was an incredible cookie. Now jump me into something else here. What do we got?
What should we do?
Maybe
Some of them look like cakes almost.
BTS, maybe?
Yeah.
They almost look like cakes or something here.
This one is called BTS, which
BTS.
stands for
Better than sex. Better than. We also
You're
have,
kidding me.
We
Come
also
on.
have tres leches, so there's kind of a cake theme.
Okay,
that
my
goes
daughter
with it.
is loves
See
Trace
napkin
Leches. We're in Southern California.
Yeah.
People like that. There you go. Yeah.
Great.
The mom, she's gonna put in a napkin. I don't care if it's a napkin. My wife would put it on a napkin
Of course
here.
she would.
All right, and so what kinds of, how many different types of cookies are there? Are there, isn't it change all the time? Is there a seasonal cookie? Is there
So we do
rotating cookie? That's
we
like
do a
cake.
different cookie every week. This week is
Hold that up to the camera. Just cut it up. Or pick the, I mean, just the cookie itself.
Yeah.
That looks like a slab. That looks like a chocolate pie or a chocolate.
BTS one?
Yeah. Just pick that up and hold it up to the camera if you can see if we can get
Oh,
any of
that middle looks so good.
Yeah,
too.
just hold that up.
Get a
Turn-
view.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a cookie. That
It's
looks like a cake.
about an inch thick, yeah.
So good.
Oh my
All right, I
God.
got to eat it now that I.
Go ahead,
Touch
yeah,
it.
Go
please.
for it.
It's mine.
Go for it, Greg.
Oh my
I
God.
know we don't get enough of these. We love them.
What do you think of that one?
I don't want to admit it, but it probably is. no doubt, no shout out to anybody. in
Doesn't leave
my
this
life.
room.
Oh my God.
Okay, we're going to give you another one.
Yeah.
This
It's
one's
so rich flavored. What's on the top? It's
So
like a
rich.
frosting or something.
it's whipped cream.
It tastes like a cake to me more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has a whipped topping with caramel and like a Heath toffee bit.
That was one runs
Yeah.
as a crunch in
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Heath.
I'm giving it to you on a little paper.
there. Okay, what's this one?
That was called tres leche.
Oh, tres leche.
and it's infused with
Sweetened
condensed milk.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have caramel and we have yummy.
Full
frosting.
disclosure, my only daughter, we adopted her out of foster care. She's Hispanic. A little village. I'm a good Irishman, but she's from a little village in Mexico. And she introduced us to Trace
Yep.
Leches.
Yep.
She was like 8 or 9 when we adopted her. And she just adores it. She would go crazy over this.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Okay, what's another one?
No,
you
I
guys?
can't believe I'd say this. She would laugh if I said this because I'm such a chocolate addict. I think I like that one the best.
You like it?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is because it's gooey. I don't know why gooey is good, but it's gooey. It's soft. It's chewy, and it's very, very. All the others were excellent. I thought that's some of the best chocolate I've ever had.
Yeah.
But this one, maybe because it's so different, I never would think of Tres Leches as
Yeah.
a cookie. I think of it as a cake, something. Wow.
Yeah. It's got that cinnamon sugar topping on the
That too.
whipped cream as well, which kind of adds a dimension. And yeah, like Donna was saying, they are infused as well. So the cookie's moist inherently to begin with, but then when we poke holes in it and infuse it with different ingredients for the different cookie types,
Wow.
it makes the whole cookie throughout even more moist and kind of,
Delectable.
yeah.
Way beyond what I
Thank
thought. First cookie was very good, beyond good. It was everything I expected in a cookie, the chocolate chip one.
Yep.
And chocolate was really, I think, among the best chocolate I've had. It really is fine chocolate. The other one was like a big slab of chocolate. That one's something unusual. Anything
Yeah.
else, I can only try one more here.
Okay, I'm going to give you my favorite.
Okay, good.
This is right here. It is called
Tres
the,
Leches
the
cookie.
SW. And the SW is a very good quality
I gotta
dark,
get you talking to Mike.
a very good quality dark chocolate with sea salt.
Ooh,
So
I
good.
love that. I never really knew that much about sea salt, but more and
Yeah.
more when I go, I grew up in a world where all we wanted to do, when I went to dinner with my mother or her sister, we immediately looked at the dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
get this meal over with. Can we get down to the dessert part of the menu here? And people would laugh. But that's sea salt I see more and more on all sorts of restaurants.
Yeah. Really brings out the chocolate flavor as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh,
Isn't it
yeah.
good? I just
And the
love that
dark
one.
chocolate, too.
Yeah, I love it.
I think I like dark chocolate better more and more than just traditional chocolate.
Yeah.
Now it's a struggle because I really like that one, too.
I also wanted to say our sugar cookie
wow.
is exceptional.
Oh, don't even tempt me. No, this is good enough.
Well, we have a cream cheese frosting
Oh.
on our sugar cookie, so it really sets it apart from any sugar cookie out there.
Cream cheese. I love
Yep.
like what's the cake I'm thinking of? I'm blanking on
Like a
it.
cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Cheesecake.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's all house made, every day like the cookies.
So why aren't you guys all 500 pounds? You would be sitting eating this. If I had the franchise, I wouldn't sell any of it. They'd come in and say, no cookies today.
Yeah.
you
We,
know.
we cut them. We cut them in force. We share.
Yeah.
I have to run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I would think that would be a temptation. And are these all family business? You all have partners and stuff? I mean, this is a serious deal here. Are you going to open more than one, or is this just one and done?
I'm supposed to open up 7.
7?
Yeah.
See, that always says a lot about
We'll
a franchise
see.
when people are
We'll
committed to do more than one.
Yeah.
The other 2 guys, they're not sure yet.
Well,
They're
no,
gonna
they
try
are.
that.
They're,
Yeah, we
they're
plan to open a
committed.
few as well.
Yeah.
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 Because then
we'll
you get-
hit our territories.
Yeah, then you can build the brand,
Yeah.
and you have some synergy, and you're not just
Yeah.
too many things. These are just once and done.
Well, it's
The good
it's
franchises always have
exploding.
multiple franchisors.
Right.
Yep.
It's exploding up in Utah. It's exploding, and now down here, we see the gourmet cookie market is just going ballistic again. We have lots of different ones that are popping out,
Yeah.
which we shall not name.
And it's an affordable luxury. So if I really want to really indulge myself, it's one thing to go out and get an expensive bottle of champagne or something, or maybe not, or a fancy night at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Even more so, that's more expensive. What kind of price range? I know you're not this isn't dollar cookies probably, but
Yeah.
what give us some idea what
They're like
cookies are.
$5.25 for a single
Okay.
cookie.
All right, I can go for that.
16 and change for a box of 4, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like you're getting the 4th one for free,
Yeah.
almost a little more than 3.
You get a price break.
Yeah,
That's
but
good.
it's funny because people kind of my dad's generation thinks that
Why are you
know,
looking at me here? Right? When you say that.
you're close. Like you said, $5, not $1. But now I go out to lunch and restaurants where I used to go to lunch and it used to be $8. Now it's 15.
Absolutely.
So everything's gone
flabbergasted.
up.
So yeah, in
you go to
relative,
Starbucks and that's over well over $5.
and I
You go
can blow
anywhere, yeah.
$15 now and then, but for me to blow $500, that's
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
true.
So some of these things are becoming limiting.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. In the place of it, we're looking for, and I would think, again, how often does a customer come back? Once a week, once a day?
We have
5 times a day?
customers
A
that
lot.
come in every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted
Still.
to say something too, Paul. We have every week a specialty cookie, and this particular week right here is the Cadbury. I'm going to just pick it up and let you
Okay.
look at it. The Cadbury egg one.
Oh, 'cause
and
of
this
Easter,
is for
right?
Easter, so this is a great one to take to a family gathering for Easter. Take a whole bunch of them. They look like you've got a little nest. It's got the chocolate
Yeah, they-
chip, and then it's got
She's
the
pointing out like I would. It's got this thing
Yeah,
in
you
it,
know,
and it's
yeah.
got this
The
stuff.
Cadbury, Cadbury chunks are in the dough as well.
Yes.
So yeah.
Cadbury eggs, and
Oh.
it's so good. You
Yeah.
would love
I'm in the
this
wrong
one.
business. What am I doing here? I'm selling this.
Yeah.
We're getting a franchise, but you've snapped them all up, so are they all gone. How many franchises around the country? How many stores at this point? Any
I would
idea?
say 25 to 30 maybe.
Yeah, I don't know what
Okay,
the
over
number
20.
is.
Still pretty
Yeah.
early in the
Yeah.
in the growth of this.
Yeah,
thing.
we're all part of
Very
the
early.
first wave. Yeah, I mean there were 12 stores in Utah and Idaho up until about a year for the last 6-7 years, and then over this past 6 to 12 months, I'd say another dozen or 20 stores have been opened in California, Arizona, Florida,
good
Texas.
franchise,
starting
good
go
to get
nationwide,
into.
yeah.
They give you a lot of training. Are you happy
Yeah.
with everything?
Yeah.
I suppose you
The
gotta say that,
franchisors
but-
are great. Yeah, I've known Sean for years, so they're great. Yeah.
And what
they-
was their background? How did they do this? Do we know anything about them?
I mean, Sean's a business guy. Sarah, I'm not sure what she did in her career. I think it was some sort of advertising and marketing. And
that's
then,
amazing to me.
yeah, so they both had good business backgrounds. And
So they
then
see this
got
as a
it.
real business. They've really researched this category. They see
Yeah.
the opportunity, the potential. You all do too. The contractor,
Yeah.
the poor contractor is building something. Says, "Man, I got to own one."
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
He does a great job.
This guy, the contractor.
Yeah, he does a
Well,
great
you know,
job.
He's good
Yeah,
at
his
building
store
things
looks
here.
great. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And do they trick it out anyway here? If I went in, is it just counters and cookies and display, or is anything different about this? Maybe not.
Stores look awesome, and it
beautiful.
looks like you're at South Coast Plaza. It looks like a nice
Yeah.
mall, like
Yeah.
a bright and clean, and we have porcelain floors and counters and gold accents. That's the chip colors. You see the boxes, white and gold.
That's what I was kind of getting at, because it
Very
looks kind
classy.
of very
Yeah.
elegant, upscale
Yeah.
type of thing.
I
Yeah.
had friends come in for the grand opening, and they're like, "This is luxe."
Yeah.
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 Like
Yeah.
luxe? What does that mean?
Yeah, luxurious, Luxor. Yeah, right, exactly.
I think
Deluxe.
Sean and Sarah wanted the vibe to be like a French boulangerie, like a
Look at how
bakery.
she even says that.
Boulangerie.
Oh, my
That-
goodness.
like a bakery that you would
Yeah.
go
I
into.
want to go around the
and
room and have them all
en
say that
français.
French word and he's
Anyway, that's kind of what the
Yeah.
vibe is. They
Well,
wanted-
because in Europe,
Yeah.
I've only been to Europe once or twice. It has this kind of chocolatier,
Yeah.
specialty.
Mm-hmm.
They make flavored chocolates and cookies and croissants and
Yeah.
all that stuff here. Yeah, and they just adore it. Americans, I always thought, because we're so worried about weight and health and everything, have veered away from desserts and the stuff like that. But I think you hit it on the nail on the head. We're all looking for home, mom, comfort, warm cookie. What says in a dangerous, scary, confusing time like this seems to be here for so many, what could be more assuring, more safe, more warm, more welcoming than warm cookies, particularly really good, excellent, outstanding warm cookies. Is there a cookie competition? Is there like when microbreweries have the Great American Beer Festival, is there a Great American Cookie Festival where all these chains come and say, I got the best cookie? Maybe not.
There are in Utah. I've read them. They've had them year after year.
Yeah. And the crazy, any one last thought, any crazy cookies here? Any, I don't know, broccoli flavored cookies or some bizarre thing? No, who would buy that?
We have broccoli.
No.
Anything really unusual that just stands out?
The Choco Nut has coconut with chocolate. That one's unique and good if you like coconut.
I'm not a coconut fan, so don't give me that one.
Yeah.
Well, and we can't, like we were saying, you can make any cookie that you'd like in our shop. So we've definitely had some interesting combinations of,
I'll bet.
sauces and flavors and toppings.
So you start with the basic cookie, and then you can add to it as like a little, sort of like Yogurtland, a bar where you sort of pick and choose little condiments and toppings, and then what do you bake it and put it in the oven or something?
No, it's already been baked at that point. The toppings are just before we serve it to the customer. So my daughter comes in and her name's Sage, and she makes her own little thing at the cookie bar, and she calls it the Sage Special. So it's her own little.
We're gonna have to change your name to Chip now, like it
says.
It's very artistic. You watch our staff, and they all are very good cookie artists. It's wonderful to watch.
Cookie barista.
That's right.
Yeah,
cookie
exactly.
baristas. Oh, tell them about our chip zuki.
Oh yeah, so we also offer chip zuki, which is a warm cookie with a scoop of really good ice cream on top.
Oh, I was afraid to ask that because if there could anything that would push me over the top, it'd be if you put good ice cream on top of a cookie too.
So true.
Because do you serve milk? You got to have cookies and milk.
We do.
We do have milk.
Okay, cookies and milk. That's what I grew up with in the Midwest here. That's my image of my coming home. Too many times here. Maybe it was all just out of a TV show or something, but you'd come home and your mom was baking cookies. You could smell them, and we'd sit there and eat our cookies before we went out to play.
Yeah.
Well, I think the time is right for something like this. Clearly, you guys do too. How do they find you? Is there a website to learn more? If they want, maybe somebody wants to get into the cookie business. Are you encouraging, I don't know if you want competition here, but do they want other franchisors in the business here?
Well, I think the more the merrier.
Yeah.
I would think there could be tons of them because I would think it's pretty localized. I mean, if I go to San Clemente, I don't know that I would drive all the way to Huntington Beach. And if there were multiple locations, I think it's more that neighborhood kind of feel like that. And there's probably enough people in the neighborhood to sustain a business that size.
And also we do catering, so for
catering.
A wedding, it would be fun to do a cookie bar, or for any type of a event you're having, we can do massive boxes.
And we have so many people here that I hate to say it are so wealthy and have so many giant businesses, and one of the things periodically they struggle with is my kid's got a birthday coming. Oh, my corporate's got another thing here. Yeah. What are we going to do? We've done this 1,000 times. What else can we do? A cookie bar.
Yeah, exactly. We have a cookie cake too. It's the size of 5 cookies. It comes on a pie tin. We sold one yesterday. Wrote "Happy Birthday, Kate" on it, and there's something different. This kid didn't particularly love cakes, and his mom knew that, so she got him a cookie cake. Tastes just like a chocolate chip cookie, like a Pazuki or a Chipsuki. As
my daughter's grown now, but I have 2 grandsons, and they're in that age. They're like 4 and 10, and they're trying to figure out already. Oh my God, what are we going to do for the birthday party?
Yep.
And everybody, not just to outdo but I know there's some of that, but just to be different. Otherwise, it's the same old. I went to the same party last week. Mom, grandpa here.
I want to say too, one of my favorite things to do when I have gatherings at my house is I have a large charcuterie board, big, and I just
you must speak French naturally. Everything is just flowing off your tongue. Charcuterie. I have a charcuterie board. Yes. Poisson.
So it's a big charcuterie board, and I just put cookies, all different ones on it, and I cut them in fourths. Dessert, done.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so fun.
And everybody, the other problem is, so we all show up at something, right? You go to somebody's house,
Yeah.
a party, a Super Bowl party, or whatever. And what do I? So I bring a bottle of wine, or I bring a 6-pack of beer, or I bring something. My wife starts saying, what are we going to bring? We don't live in an era where it's sort of potluck, where we're all bringing dishes and stuff. Not many people do at any level I go to. But everybody just goes and buys something and brings it. What a cool thing. You show up at the cookies. You're the most popular person at the party.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So true.
Such a great gift.
Yeah,
true.
the gift that everybody will remember. All right, well, the name of it is pretty impossible to forget. Chip Cookies. Chip Cookies. Is there a website or anything we can go to?
Yeah, just chipcookies.co is their website, and their Instagram for corporate is chipcookies.co, just co.
Okay.
.co, and then we all have our. So we're in San Clemente,
Right.
and we're in the Talega part of San Clemente by the Ralph's
Well, of course you are.
shopping center.
Of course you are.
And the Ballpark Pizza right next to Ballpark Pizza in Talega in San Clemente.
I know it well.
Yeah.
We're Chip Irvine, where Chip happens. and
Hey, man, Chip happens, okay?
Yeah.
And we're at Barranca and Culver in the Crossroads Plaza. And it's
Wow,
a great place to go
great
out
spot.
and get
And
dinner.
Huntington Beach.
And we're in Huntington Beach on Beach Boulevard, just right up from the beach, in between Albertsons and Mother's in the Newland Center.
Oh,
Come see
my
us.
God.
It's a
Oh, my God.
beautiful
Those
store.
are all great places to be. I'm familiar with each of those centers. My wife goes to Mother's
Okay.
Yeah.
all the time. We don't live too far from San Clemente and Talega. We
Yep.
live in Ladera up the ranch there.
Yep.
And we're here in Irvine at UCI's Applied Innovation Center here. So
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that all these geeks sitting in here inventing stuff in the lab all day long.
Yeah.
If I just said it's cookie time about 3 o'clock, is there last question? Is there a prime time? Do people buy cookies at 8 a.m. or is it? I would think it's an afternoon.
Mostly
kind of thing.
after school and after dinner are the big spikes.
Yeah.
And late night on a Friday or Saturday night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Late night, yeah. When you
Yeah.
get that cookie
craving.
cookie craving, and
Yeah.
you got to go get some cookies here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to have to redo my budget here for this year. We're going to have to build in some cookie into this here.
Yeah.
Thank you for all for coming in. I hope you're not thinking of taking those cookies home.
No, they're
'cause
yours.
Oh, okay.
They're
all
yours,
right.
my
Good.
friend.
You want to come back and do this every week?
Sure. Yeah.
What a cool idea. Chip Cookies. Thank you for coming in, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for
Go
having
look
us.
it up. It's chipcookies.co. Chipcookies.co.
Yeah.
That'll take you to the franchise and then / whatever city, and probably you can look it up and see where
Yeah,
they're
you can order on the app based on the city that you're closest
Oh,
to.
you can,
yeah.
and I can just go
Yeah.
pick them up. Why
Yep.
not? I don't
Why
just
not?
sit there, just zip in and zip
Yeah.
out. No, I want to hang out and eat cookies. I
Yeah,
want to.
you can go to Uber Eats or DoorDash as well.
See, I didn't
we
even
work
think
with
of
those
that.
kind of third-party
Oh,
delivery.
that's my daughter and
Yeah.
son-in-law. That's all. Everything is Uber
yeah.
Eats and
They
cookies.
just show up at your door.
They just show up. Cookies.
You can pretend like you made them at home.
Oh my God! And
Yeah.
wouldn't my grandkids go berserk if the
Yeah.
cookies are here?
Yeah,
If
yeah.
there's anything my grandsons love, it's cookies.
It's
Yeah.
true.
And we don't bake cookies. My wife probably could, but she doesn't bake cookies anymore. She works.
Yeah.
I work. We don't have time or talent or interest to bake anymore. Why not let you guys do it, and we'll take the credit.
Keep your
here.
own kitchens clean. Let
Yeah,
us.
there you go. Let us do it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Chip Cookies right here in Orange County's only community radio station. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. I could go on forever, but go yourself and find out. Chip Cookies coming to a center near you. Right here in Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio, streaming live from our studios here at the University of California, right down the street from Chip Cookies.